All right, so we are getting the 2025 pool season kicked off here with a D series. This is a 15 by 32 foot fiberglass pool with a tanning ledge by River Pools. This is an amazing pool in the Caribbean color. Tim and Jan, this is your pool, this is your project. We are getting things started here. So I'm gonna go ahead and start pre-plumbing this pool today. I'm gonna start drilling the holes, getting the fittings put in, running the pipe alongside the outside of the pool. So when we get to this pool on site, we can just drop it right in the ground and start going. So let's start this pool project. Gotta get all my stuff so I can pre-plumb. Let's see. No, yes. I will need you and a couple of these. Boom cleaner. Need a T, probably a coupling or two. There we go. T. There's my table. All right, so the skimmer is going to go up here. So we need to put a return slash jet, whatever you want to call it, on this side. And then we're going to put a return over here. And then one directly across over there. So we can circulate water kind of in a pattern like this. We'll push both of them this way. And then that one will be facing right at the skimmer to push all the debris on top of the surface of the water to the skimmer. And then the lights, there's 3 lights. And they are going on this wall right here. We put the returns at 14 inches down. All right, so we got return there. We got a light right next to it. And then moving along here, we got a light right there and a light right there. So they are pretty equally spaced out along the pool. And yeah, let's start drilling. All right, so now that all the holes are drilled, we have to go on the back side of the pool and grind them from the back side. So you'll notice here that it's still got that rough surface right around the pool. And I'm gonna take a grinder and smooth that up so when I apply my silicone, it's got a nice smooth surface to adhere to. Gotta set up my grinder here, good old flap disc. And our leaf blower once again. Now, before I get started, you get to move because I don't really need you anymore. You are for shipping purposes only. Now, you want to make sure that you don't dig too deep because I really don't want to impact the structural integrity of the fiberglass wall here. So I'm really just scuffing up the surface so my silicone's got a nice smooth surface to adhere to. I have never struggled with that drill before. Holy cow. So now, take our skimmer plate. Skimmer doesn't get mounted until we actually get to the job site because the pool will become too wide for shipping. We stick our good old skimmer plate up here. I'm going to let it rest on the bottom of my hole, set it in place, and start marking my holes for the screws to actually mount the skimmer into place. Just like that. Now, those should be nice and good, but I changed my mind. Instead of removing the skimmer plate, I'm just gonna start drilling. Never mind. Forget what I said about leaving the skimmer plate up there. That plant changed quite drastically. Now that the skimmer plate has been cut for the hole and the back side has been ground down, we can start putting on our fittings. So these are the return fittings that we use. This is the side that goes on this part of the pool, and this goes on the back side. So I'm going to silicone both. I'm going to clean this up before I put this on. Apply that, screw this from the back side, and then tighten it way down with a set of pliers. But my plug here is going to help me keep it tight on this side. And regardless of if it's a light or a jet, the return fittings are the same. And there's that guy. So now all of the returns have been installed. So these are the two jets on this side. Skimmer is over here. And then we've got the three lights. And then the one other return over here. So now that all those are installed, the rest of the work we're going to be doing is going to be outside the pool. The next step is pretty simple. We're just going to run through and silicone on the outside of all the returns that we just put in the side of the pool. But we end up using quite a bit of silicone for these because we need to make sure they're good. Just make sure we get up against the pool wall and then up against the fitting without making too much of a mess. And we just do that a bunch more times. So now I get to do something that's not so fun. I get to take my 3/8 drill bit here and drill holes right along this edge here, roughly every 4 feet, for what we call plumbing straps. And I'll show you what those are in a minute, but basically they hold up the plumbing, both as it goes during transport alongside the road and after it's in the ground, so that any top pressure that goes onto the plumbing will be supported by these big straps that we put in. They're basically giant zip ties. Gotta grab my plumbing straps. Gonna need those. And I may as well start grabbing some PVC pipe. Huh? And just take these big old zip ties, just run it down here. Then I can adjust them as I need to and not put it in the silicone. That'd be nice. There we go. Plumbing straps are on. Now I'm gonna grab my long pipe here. This is my 2-inch, and we're gonna start by running the return line. So this is the line that sends the water back to the pool. So everything that comes out of the jets is right through here, just like so. Oh, that one broke. And then I can just run it up at the level I need to. All right, so we are just gonna wipe this guy up a little bit. Doesn't have to get too crazy clean, really just getting the big dirt off of it, because my cleaner here is really gonna do the bulk of that cleaning work. So we'll get this out of my way. We'll clean this up nice and good. Make sure we cover everything, especially the bottom. See how it just wipes away that lettering? Yeah, that's what you want to see. Now, take my 90, clean out the inside of it, grab my glue, and I will usually glue my fitting first because the glue can just kind of sit in there and not drip and fall anywhere. While I glue up here, I try not to make too much of a mess. Grab my fitting, grab my pipe, push it on, rotate it a little bit, and then hold. And if you have a cut on your hand, oh, do not get any of this crap in that cut, because it will burn. Burn, baby, burn. Grab you and push. Hold. And there we go. Make sure to hold this in case it wants to push off, which it almost did. So I'm just gonna sit here a minute. See, and this one is gonna be a little harder because I'm gonna have to kind of do all of it at once because it's a T. Once again, I'm gonna glue my fitting here first, because it can just sit and not really drip and lose glue. Grab my fitting. Still work nice and quickly here. So just a quick tip, if you're ever doing plumbing like this by yourself and you don't really know what you're doing, I have 2 pipes here. One of them I can rotate and it's still movable and free. This one I can't. So I have a 90 that I have to connect these 2 pipes with. And can you guess which one I'm going to put on first? I'm going to put it on the still movable PVC pipe, because if I were to put it on this one that can't move, it means I have to get this rotation perfectly, and I don't trust myself to do that. So instead, I'm going to put it on this pipe, and then when I fit up this fitting here, it won't matter because it'll just be perfect. Put this thing on first. So now just gonna double check all this is clean. Glue this up. Glue this up. And send it. And there we go. Now we're good. Last thing for today, because I'm running out of daylight, is I'm gonna connect this, and this together to go from the return fitting on the side of the pool over here. It's going to go onto here, and it's going to be our light adapter for the electrical lights in the pool. So we just get to connect the 3, and then we run a bunch of 3/4 conduit lines for the low voltage LED lights. Nice and messy. It's okay because it's underground. So here are our 3 fittings that we just made. So let's take our glue and cleaner. And man, I feel like it's gonna rain again, so I need to hurry. But this is the last thing I'm doing, then I'll clean up. PVC plumbing is such a mess. This cleaner does not like to come off of stuff. And I am just about out of glue, too. So, there is our light conduit. Nice and easy peasy, and then this will go around and tighten up just like so. Bing bang boom, there we go. Sweet. Do that 2 more times. Alright, so all that's left to do on this is to finish running this 2-inch line to the end of the pool, and then finish running these 3 conduit lines here. But that'll take not much time at all. So we'll go ahead and get that done, and then load this pool up on the trailer.